Hello, my name is Brenda Lilly. I'm going to be talking about my lesson. It's called Building a Summary. It's for 8th grade students at the Level 2 Beginner or Beginning Language Learner. It would take 2 days to go over my lesson. It's a current event article, and the title of the article is called Scientists Discover Underwater Cities Built by Octopuses. And I would have to go over some of this vocabulary here before we got started, but I have adapted the article from a 9th grade reading level. I'm just going to scroll down to it. So this is the article, Scientists Discover Underwater Cities Built by Octopuses. And this website, Newsella, converts news articles down to different reading levels. So right here I have grade level 3. Okay, and it's kind of interesting. If you take a look, it just doesn't look childish. It has changed the vocabulary and sentence structure to make it easier, but it still looks like a mature article, which I like. So I'm just going to scroll back up to the top here. So my language objectives are to summarize a news story by selecting the who, what, when, where, why of the article, and to use those to compose a summary. And these connect to the content objectives for the Minnesota State Standards, which are that students need to be able to determine the central idea of a text and provide an objective summary. So you see, these are some of my materials besides the article. I'm going to have image cards to kind of access some background knowledge from my students. We're also going to watch a video before we read the article so they can see the octopus and see the city and kind of start to understand what they're about to read and have some of that knowledge so I can set them up for success. Okay. My students are in 8th grade and Russian, and this is my first year teaching ELL, so I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing the best that I can. Okay, so links to experience. I'm going to see if they even know anything about an octopus, but we are going to talk about city versus the country, which I think that they can do. And we're going to connect with why people would live in a city and why people would live in the country, and then also kind of wonder or pose the question of why would octopuses live in the city? And that would be a kind of a higher level thinking question because scientists don't really know that either. So we would speculate. Okay. I would connect to a science word that they've had in the past, habitat. And then recently in my class, we've talked about extrovert and introvert, and that might also determine where you choose to live. Okay. So I kind of go through the lesson. I do go over the words first. I show the article. We talk a little bit about the benefits of the city versus the country, and then we get into trying to identify the who, what, when, where, why, and how. We use a highlighter and highlight words that came up a lot. Those might be some of our key words, and then we kind of hunt for those things in our article to determine the who, what, when, where, why. I will kind of give them leading questions to help them discover those. And then at the end, we will have a worksheet to fill out, to fill in those items that will create a summary for us. And while we're doing this, I am talking about what a summary is. And at the beginning, I did go over what a summary was. Okay. So let's see, what else do I want to show you here? I showed you the article, and then I wanted to show you the images that I use. Like this is a mall and like a small town store, just kind of talking about the differences of city living versus country living and get them thinking about the benefits and drawbacks. That's what that was. I'm kind of going out of order here, sorry. Let me scroll back up. I want to talk about what I didn't like about my article because I didn't like that it didn't connect well with kids. I probably should have chose something about iPhones or music or movies or soccer. My students are really into soccer. So, but I didn't. And I thought it was still interesting enough, and it was. But I realized how important it is when I'm choosing my material that it's something engaging. And that was, I think, the biggest drawback of it. I did like that there was a video, and the kids really did like talking about the country versus the city and where they want to live, but I still felt like I could have chose a better article. But that's my lesson. Thank you.